for the last three calls, just because I really want to just tackle our topic. Okay, and then we have our new family member, Jasmine. We're definitely gonna have. You know what? I'm gonna add a little twist. Let's do this. Um, we're gonna do like a 30-second like little introduction. Hold on. Let me just tell my girl Daniela. Daniela, can you? I'm sure you could probably hear me. Can you just post on the community that we are live, please? Appreciate it. All right, cool. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about macros 2.0. Macros 2.0. And I want to start the call, especially since we have a new family member here. We got Jasmine, and we are recording this just in case anyone in the future cannot see it. They could do a replay, and I could post it on the help folder and on the community chat as well. But just to get a nice little introduction, Jasmine, why don't you introduce yourself to the community? Maybe like a 30-second intro. You could unmute yourself. Video on
Put me on the
preferred if you
spot.
could. Hell yeah, girl. Welcome to the fam. Everybody put welcome on the chat. Welcome, Jasmine.
Hello, everybody. I'm cooking dinner right now. Sorry.
Do your thing, girl. 30 seconds. Just a nice little introduction for you.
My name's Jasmine. I am a mom of two boys, 39 years old, and I took the first step to get my life together and to feel good about myself and eat healthy and be fit.
I love it. Love it, Jasmine. I hope this call is extremely valuable, and in the future, all our calls are going to be extremely action-taking. Gabriella says welcome. Daniela says welcome. Love it. Wanda says welcome.
Wanda just joined. Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Jasmine, keep cooking it up, girl. I just wanted to introduce you to the family.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So, guys, we're going to jump right into the topic of the conversation. Today is going to be macros 2.0. We have Jasmine here. She's new to the family. She just introduced herself. And at the end, we're going to be doing 30-second sharing of goals. Your biggest win. 30 seconds win at the end, right after the topic. I'm playing around with like the format of the calls just so that we could be efficient. Shanta, what's going on, girl? Shanta says hi. Love it. All right. So, guys, today, macros 2.0. Okay, macros 2.0. Well, what I want to do here is give you guys as much support as possible because there's been a lot of people outside of this Abarca Fitness community whom I've met on calls. They've tracked their foods. They attempted to track their foods and try to hit their macros, and they still felt like nothing has changed. Okay? Who here has followed a diet in the past and tried to track foods and nothing has changed prior to joining our program? Put me on the chat. I know I have. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Gab says me. Perfect. So just imagine you're doing the work, you're scanning barcodes with MyFitnessPal, okay? You're logging in the meals, but your body just doesn't look different. And that's because tracking your macros helps with your goals, but it's not the goal. You want to understand the macros. And we've had calls in the past where we've explained macros, protein, carbs, and fats. We're doing a macros 2.0. We're going into depth with this and more into detail with things. Okay? So, that being said, these are the three reasons you're tracking but not changing. You're not seeing any changes. Okay? Number one, you're hitting the numbers but you're not timing things. You're not timing your macros. Macros aren't just about the total protein, total carbs, and total fats. It's about timing as well. You guys are a little bit more advanced now. Okay, so if all your protein comes at dinner, you skipped protein in breakfast, you skip protein in lunch, and in dinner you have 100 grams of protein. Okay, that's an issue. Why? Because your body can't build or recover all day. Your protein intake should be scattered throughout the day. Because if you're just having that one meal at dinner with 100 grams of protein, as much protein as possible, because you starved yourself all day, you're not going to build muscle. That's why when people fast, when people do intermittent fasting, they don't see any results. Does that make sense? Put a fire emoji on the chat if this makes sense. Fire emoji on the chat if this makes sense. Love it. Okay. Now let's say if all your carbs come at night, all your carbs come at night, you're gonna feel a crash. Okay, right after you eat. You guys ever felt like you're pregnant after eating like lasagna or pasta late at night? Maybe after Thanksgiving, just a bunch of stuffing, and then you just want to go to sleep because all your carbs are consumed that night. You don't want to be doing that. Okay? And then on top of that, your workouts feel so flat. Your workouts feel low in energy because you didn't consume carbs before your workouts. That's why I always say, especially in the mornings, even if like eating doesn't really just feel right and you're about to hit the gym first thing in the morning, even like a half a banana, half an apple, something, just to get your blood flowing. You need sugar in your body, okay? So the fix here, spread protein evenly throughout the day, 20 to 30 grams per meal. Eat carbs around your workouts for energy and recovery because you need carbs. You need carbohydrates. Do not starve yourself from carbohydrates, guys. Who here has tried a no-carb diet? I know I have. Put me on the chat. No-carb diet. Wanda has. Jesus. Okay? You don't want to do that. You're low on energy. So you want to have carbs around your workouts. Okay, for energy and recovery. And then the fats will fill the gaps, but don't let them take over. Especially if we're Hispanic and we like to do a lot of fried stuff, that's a lot of saturated fat. We don't want that. Okay? So a simple example, I would write this down if you guys want. A simple example of macros in general throughout the day and meals throughout the day rather. Let's say for breakfast, protein shake and fruit. Boom, quick. Protein shakes you digest so fast and you still feel light when you go to the gym, if you go to the gym or even on going to work. Protein shake and fruit. For lunch, have some chicken and some rice. We'll go over the portions. Don't jump on me yet. Okay, and then dinner, you could do a protein like salmon and some veggies. And then you could throw in like half an avocado or a quarter of an avocado. Okay? Remember, it's not just what you eat, it's when and how you space it. That's what keeps your metabolism fired up. Now, I am not saying, don't go to the extreme. I am not saying that you should be eating 6 meals a day. I know if you guys had trainers in the past, maybe your trainers in the past have told you this. Okay? You're not a bodybuilder going on stage, getting ready for a bikini competition or a bodybuilding competition. Okay? So that's reason number one. Reason number one of why you're tracking and you're still not seeing results. Okay? Does this make sense? Does anyone have any questions? Just put me on the chat if you do have questions. Put no on the chat if you don't have questions, just so I could continue. Okay. My girl Daniela says no, no, no. Perfect. Love it. Okay. Cool. Number 2, you're eating healthy but not balanced. You're eating healthy but not balanced. This is where most of my clients struggle, especially moms. You're eating clean, but you're not balanced. Why is this? Maybe it's eggs and avocados, okay, which is fat plus fat. Eggs have higher fat content than protein. Yes, it has a little bit of protein, okay, but I'm sure most of you guys are having the yolk. So eggs and avocado, that's fat and fat. Fruit and toast for breakfast, that's carb and carb, but no protein. Does that make sense? So you end up hungry again an hour later. Why? Because you're having carbs and carbs, and you're having fats and fats. Okay? So how do we fix this, Brian? I feel like you're making fun of me, Brian. How do I fix it? Good question. So make sure this is where where me and my registered dietitian Aaron really agree on this. Protein should be the palm of your hands. If you spread out your hands, that should be the size of your protein. It should be 20 to 30 grams of protein. Palm of your hand. Okay? Fist of your hands should be carbs. Okay, so we have palm for protein, we have fist of carbs. Okay? And then we have thumb of fats. And if you're still a little hungry or you feel like you have a lot of appetite because, you like to eat just like me, add some vegetables for fullness. That's where the veggies really come in. Add veggies just so you can fill up your stomach. Okay? So that's the second reason why you're tracking foods but you're not seeing results. Okay, just a recap, because Tony just joined. Number 1, you're hitting the numbers but not the timing. You want to spread out your protein, carbs, and fats. Okay? You cannot wait until the last meal of the day to plug in all your proteins and consume all your proteins because you need to recover throughout the whole day. You cannot wait carbs all the way at night. You need carbs. You cannot wait to consume all the carbs for your macros at night. Why? Because you're going to crash. You're going to feel pregnant after you fall asleep. Okay? So timing. And then number 2, you're eating healthy but not balanced. For breakfast, sometimes people have eggs and avocado. That's a fat and that's a fat. What else did I say? Fruit and toast. That's a carb and a carb. But there's no protein for breakfast, for example. So the fix, like I mentioned, a palm size for protein, a fist size for carbs, a thumb for fat. And if you feel like you're still going to be hungry and you know yourself better than me, add some veggies there. Any veggies you want, doesn't matter. Okay? Please put a fire emoji on the chat if this is value for you. This is some sauce. If I don't see fire emojis, well, I'm just going to cut the call right here. I feel like I'm not doing my job then. I want to see some fire emojis. Thank you, Wanda. I love it. Gab, love it. That's what I'm talking about, girl. Tony Ann, love it. Thank you. Okay. Reason number 3. You guys ready for the last one? You're inconsistent on the weekends. You're inconsistent on the weekends. Guys, we just had a call on Sunday, and I admitted live on Zoom to you guys, I was vulnerable, that my daughter's baptism was Saturday, and I popped some bottles with my family, and I celebrated. I celebrated a little too much, and I wasn't tracking my foods. Okay? I was a little inconsistent for the weekend. Okay? It's normal. It's okay. Now let's be real. This is where most people's progress stall. You hit your macros all week, then the weekend looks like a Netflix snack marathon. Okay? So I already know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, Brian, like there's no way I could be perfect 7 days of the week. You're completely right. Just like this past weekend, I wasn't. I'm a trainer, I'm not. Okay? One day out of the week is fine. But you just don't want it to be consistently every weekend for 3 days straight. One day out of the week is cool. One day out of the month is phenomenal. Two weekends out of the month is okay. All right? So, plan one higher calorie meal on the weekends instead of a free for all days. What does that mean? What does that mean? Plan one high calorie meal on the weekends instead of a free for all. What I mean by that is when you have breakfast, make sure it's a nice heavy breakfast for Saturday or Sunday. Typically Fridays people work. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, especially with the holidays coming up and Halloween coming up, okay, Thanksgiving's coming up, and then next thing you know, it's Christmas. In the weekends, a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of things. Have a heavy breakfast. This way, for lunch, even if you skip lunch, most of my clients do in the last 14 years of my career, most people skip lunch during the holidays, okay? And then they're starving for dinner. So have a high breakfast. You're not going to be as hungry for lunch. And the hack is have a snack, have a bite. And then for dinner, you're not going to be as hungry. Rather than having no breakfast for weekends, heavy breakfast for lunch, and then heavy breakfast for dinner. Okay? Don't skip meals. That's the key thing here. Notice that for the weekends, the value that I'm giving you guys, make sure breakfast is important for the weekends, because if you skip breakfast, you're going to indulge for lunch or dinner. That's the point here. You don't want to skip meals. You do not want to skip meals. You skip meals, especially for breakfast, you're going to indulge for lunch and dinner. Okay? I know you're probably thinking I skipped meals because I want to save calories. No, it backfires. You're going to overeat later. You're going to overeat for the dinner. And you're going to feel like shit Sunday morning. And then you're going to skip breakfast. And then you're going to do lunch or a heavy dinner again. And then you're going to mess up the weekend again. It's a domino effect, guys. Okay? Does that make sense? This third pillar. I know I kind of ranted a little bit. Just put yes on the chat if it makes sense. You want to make sure you're not skipping any meals in the weekends. Okay? Love it. Perfect. Okay. I think I saw a question. Wanda says, love the info. Yup, true. Can I still munch? Yeah, you can still munch. Especially for in the weekends. Like I said, have a heavy breakfast. Balanced. All three things correlate together. Make sure it's not a fat and a fat or a carb and a carb. It's balanced. And then for lunch, you could munch. Have something, like I mentioned, have something light, and then you could eat something again for dinner. And you're not going to overindulge. Okay? So just a recap of everything, guys. Key takeaways here. Timing matters. Spread the protein throughout your day. Balance matters. Every meal needs protein. And then number 3, consistency matters. One meal off doesn't mean starting over. Okay? Cool? Now, as promised, I'm going to do a short 30-second. I want to hear some wins from everyone. Okay? I want to hear some wins from everyone. All right, so let's start with Wanda. You just showed your face. Start with the win, girl. Let's go. 30 seconds.
I started eating salad
Okay.
and a whole bunch of chicken in it. So
Love it.
yeah,
Balanced.
a lot of protein.
Good. Balanced. Perfect. Love it. Huge win. Everybody say congratulations to Wanda. Congrats, Wanda. I love that. You're already applying what I taught you. That's phenomenal. All right, who's next? Let's do Gab. Share a win. 30 seconds. Let's go, girl.
Win. I don't know. I've been working on my hydration, like you told me to.
Yes.
Prioritizing that this week to hopefully make my body feel better. And so far, it's doing all right. I think I need to do a little more, but for now, it's helping.
Good. I love that. I mean, comparing that from the beginning, Gab, your hydration was like horrible. So hearing that's a huge win. I love that.
Yes.
I love it, girl. Good. Perfect. Jasmine, you still cooking? Jasmine's probably still
I'm
cooking.
not sorry. I'm not very tech savvy, so I struggle going back and forth. But
No worries. Give me a win, girl.
I would say a win is that I'm being more mindful of what I'm actually eating, and this is the first time I'm actually tracking it. So
I love it. Good. Just like I told you on our call, first 7 days we're just tracking, right? I just want you to be aware and mindful, just like you mentioned. That's good. You're already applying something.
awesome.
Phenomenal. Love it. Cool. Shanta, talk to me, girl. Give me a win. 30 seconds.
Well, I didn't get to go to the gym today or all week, so I just been walking around my neighborhood.
Got some
doing
steps in.
exercise in the house.
I love
and
that.
I've been eating a lot of more vegetables
I love
during
that.
my meals.
Good. So you're already applying macros 2.0. I love it, girl.
Yes, but the hard is the protein,
Mm.
cause like I don't know how can people eat like chicken breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and for me, I could only eat it one time. Or like steak, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I could only eat it one time.
Got it. So what you're saying is you can only have protein 1 out of the 3 meals?
Yes.
Why is that? Why do you feel that way?
Because I think it's just too much and too heavy. Chicken for me is too big and too heavy for me.
Mm.
Or like steak is too big and too heavy for me. Because
Okay.
I have a tiny stomach. And like I was born with something. So like I can't eat a lot like other people's.
Understood. Shanta, let's try this. Whatever protein that you have, that one time throughout the day, that portion, cut it in half. This way you have a little bit more consistency throughout the whole day. So that way you can have a smaller portion for one meal and another smaller portion for the other meal.
Okay, I got it. So
Okay.
like just cut like the meat or something.
Exactly. So like let's say you have a 10-ounce steak for breakfast only every single day. Okay?
Yeah.
We're cutting it in half. So 5 ounces for breakfast, 5 ounces for lunch, and nothing for dinner. Let's start off with that baby step. Make sense?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try that because like I suffer from iron, so I have to eat a lot of more meat.
I hear you. Yeah.
But like, it's just hard for me because to me, I don't like eating so much meat. I'd rather eat like rice or spaghetti or other stuff like that.
Yeah, just like everybody. That's okay. That's why we have the macros 2.0 right now. A combination of everything.
So
That's
they
how we
always
get
tell-
progress.
They always tell me eat more iron, eat more iron. I'm like, I'm gonna try.
Portion control, just like I said, Shanta. Remember, palm, okay, fist for carbs, thumb for fats, and then fill it up with veggies if you're still gonna be hungry. Cool?
Okay, got it.
Gotcha, girl. Always. And last but not least, Tony Ann, talk to me, girl. Give me a win.
I've been hitting my 10K steps all week for at least a week straight, and it's so motivating because I feel like I'm doing something, so I want to do more. So I hit my workout too, and I'm very excited about
Let's
it.
go. Everybody say congrats to Tony. That's a huge win. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
girl. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, feels good.
I love it. Hell yeah. All right, perfect. Guys, do we have any questions about the topic of today's conversation before we get into a special announcement about the challenge? Put yes or no in the chat. Wanda says no. Yes or no? Okay, perfect. Okay, so the next challenge, the only sauce I'm gonna give you guys is that the challenge is gonna start this coming Monday. The challenge is gonna start this coming Monday. Okay? So I'm gonna announce the details this coming Sunday. Sunday's topic of conversation for the call is gonna be specifically tracking foods. Tracking foods specifically. Okay, we spoke about macros 2.0. We spoke about macros today. Okay, Sunday we're going to be speaking about tracking. And at the end of the call, we're going to be talking about the specific details on the challenge that is going to be releasing for the Barca Fitness community this coming Monday. Okay, and it's going to be for 7 days. I'm excited. Daniela, my client success specialist, she's excited as well. I hope you guys hop onto the call on Sunday. This way you guys already get a first step onto the challenge and an advantage against everybody. Okay? I love you all. Have a good night. Have the best night ever. Bye. Peace. All right. Cool. Let's see who's Instagram be lit. We still have 2 people. Any questions on today's topic, guys? IG, TikTok, YouTube. Any questions? I know YouTube was going crazy. Hold on, let's see. Hey, love your channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm the worst person ever. No, you're not. Friends told me that gymming leads to baldness and they all bald. Is it true? Absolutely. You can't see that? Messi or Ronaldo? Ronaldo, bro. Sui. Give me a diet for football players, please. Bro, you're gonna need a lot of protein, a lot of carbs. A lot of protein, a lot of carbs, Donald Duck. A lot of protein, a lot of carbs. Donald Duck, if you're still on, tell me how much you weigh, how tall are you, what's your age? Give me some info. I need your weight, your age, your height, your BMI, and your body fat percentage if you know that. I need some details and then I could calculate it real quick for you. That's some live sauce for you right there. Abdi says, as a beginner, I do 3 eggs in the morning, rice and chicken in the afternoon, protein shake at 4 p.m., big meal at night after the gym. I love that, bro. The only thing I would add for breakfast is a little bit of some additional protein, some additional carbs, because that's all fats, just like I mentioned on the topic. Okay, so that's all fats. So we need, that's all fats, just a little bit of protein. We need more. So I would add more egg whites, for example. If you don't have Greek yogurt, I would add maybe some chicken, some steak, whatever, and then some carbs, some fruit, toast. Who else? Your corny glasses need to go, G. All right, bro. This is for the screens, bro. This is so I could get some good sleep. Nobody's perfect. Eat what you like. Lily, you better not be fat, G. Never take advice from an unsuccessful individual like yourself. Thanks, Edwin. I appreciate it, bro. I hope you get a lot of love. Last one you ever get. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna say that out loud. All right, love you all, guys. I appreciate it. I guess what's his name? Donald Duck didn't share his info. Donald Duck, if you really want those macros calculated for you as a soccer player, comment the word macros on this video.